With the Redfin app, you'll know the moment your next place hits the market, whether you're looking to buy your dream home or rent a sweet apartment. Give Redfin your gotta-have-it wish list of property features, and you'll receive real-time notifications tailored just for you. Ready to see it up close and personal? Scheduling a tour is just a tap away. Don't wait to find your perfect match. Download the Redfin app and start searching today.
Roz and Mocha. Roz and Mocha.
And now it's time for Ask Roz and Mocha.
Yes, welcome to episode 1224 of the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Thank you very much for pressing play and spending the next however long with us. The entire Roz and Mocha Show is here. He's Roz, I'm Mocha. Maurie is here. Shem is here. Maria is here. And Lauren is here. First up with your question. Go ahead.
Hi, good morning. So my question is, who on the show would make the best trivia teammate?
Oh, who on the show would make the best trivia teammate? Like bar trivia?
Yeah.
Damn it, Maurie.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I was going to say either you or Shem.
Depends on what the categories are.
No, bar trivia is everything, right?
Yeah, so
everything.
So it could be like math, science, world things.
Yeah, math, science, world things, pop culture, music, like all sorts of
Boy,
things.
are you going to trust math and science with Maurie?
They usually don't do math and science in the bar trivia.
I'm saying it's who would be the best partner, right? So I don't want somebody on my team who knows everything that I know, right?
Oh, you need those, maybe some of the quirkier things
yes,
that you may not have
yes.
stored in the memory banks?
Yes, here, I got a bunch of bar trivia here.
Okay, go.
Okay, ready? Plop, plop, fizz, fizz was an advertising slogan for what?
Oh, it's Alka-Seltzer, right?
Alka-Seltzer.
Oh, my God, I never would have got
Pop,
that.
pop, fizz, fizz, know what a relief it is.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so damn it, Maury.
You know what I mean? Because it's stuff like that. I don't know if I would get that. So it's about picking the perfect partner, right? Like you have to understand, Maury was left alone a lot as a child.
Still am.
Watched a lot of television, right? He may not have the schooling smarts, right? But there's going to be areas. Also, he watches a ton of Jeopardy. I don't know how much he retains with all of that.
Yo, you have another question there?
Yeah, I got lots. Who was the first singer to ever appear on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine? It's a tough one.
Elvis Presley.
Incorrect.
It was the Rolling Stones.
Incorrect.
Or
The
was
Beatles.
Incorrect. John Lennon.
Was it the John Lennon and Yoko Ono hugging against a wall?
I don't know. It was just John Lennon, man.
Oh.
Listen, get out of my pub. Okay, a pool set like billiards includes how many balls, Mocha?
4, 8,
A pool set includes how many balls?
14.
Maury.
12.
Shem.
Oh, like 16?
Maria.
16.
16 it is.
Hey, look at that. Hey.
Okay, I changed my partner.
The average human body contains how many pints of blood, Mocha?
100.
Maria.
How many pints?
Yes.
80.
Shem.
The thing is, I kind of know this because of science, but it's like 10 and a half, right?
Maury.
10 and a half.
10 and a half. They say 9.
Oh, okay.
80. What the hell am I
80.
doing?
I said 100.
You would be so bloated. Your legs would be huge.
How big is a pint?
Yo, one more.
Your legs would be huge.
One more.
Okay, here we go. Mocha, I'll give this one to you first. Hands up, everybody. So no typing. Hands up. Hands on your shoulders. Maury, hands up. Mocha, what are the names of Kim and Kanye's 4 children?
Oh, Northwest, Chicago. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. There's Northwest. Then you got Chicago.
Hands up, people. Hands up.
And then you got.
David
I
Maury,
have
hands
no
up.
idea.
Maury has no idea.
I don't know. I don't know the other two.
Maria, I'm coming to you next.
Oh, man. Okay, Northwest, Chicago, Storm. No, that's Kylie's. Stormy.
Yeah, no.
Oh, no.
Shemi?
I don't know.
Isn't Saint one of them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Saint, yes. So you got North, Saint, Chicago, and come on, Shemi.
North, Saint, Chicago.
Come on, this one's for you, Shem.
And
Cheesecake.
No.
Oh.
Starts with a P.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
Can I answer? Can I answer?
Yes.
Psalm.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Maury, yes, it starts with a P. by the way.
Always does.
Lauren, thank you very much for joining us on the show today. Not sure how long you've been listening, but you know I'm going to ask, between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
I love everybody on the show. I think everybody's great. But if it's going to come down to the two of you, I choose Roz.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
That didn't feel good, actually.
Thank you, Lauren. Have a good day.
Thanks. You too. Take care.
Bye.
Here, let me do one more. Let me do one more question here, okay? What soft drink began in Morrison's drugstore in Waco, Texas in 1885?
Oh,
Coca-Cola.
Mocha, incorrect. Maria,
root beer?
incorrect.
Oh.
Maury,
7-Up.
incorrect. Shem,
Ginger ale.
incorrect. The drugstore, that would be Dr. Pepper. Oh,
No.
Is that Dr.
What?
Pepper?
Oh, okay.
Isn't that root beer?
Makes
Dr.
sense.
Pepper?
No.
No.
Oh, that's a Dr. Pepper. Is that Dr. Pepper? Oh, that's a Dr. Pepper. I got to find that guy. I love that dude so much.
Okay,
go on.
Mark says here, there's a question specifically for you, Roz.
Okay.
You mentioned that you do many things while sitting on the toilet.
I do.
Including eating.
Sometimes.
What was the most challenging thing you've ever eaten on the toilet?
Well, I mean, I don't bring in like a soup. It's mainly like if I'm in the kitchen and I'm on my way to the bathroom, right? Like I've said before, I'll grab a chicken wing, right? A slice of pizza. I don't know how many slices of pizza I've eaten in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I've had a bagel on the bathroom.
But you're not sitting in there with like a 12-inch sub.
No, I don't bring I don't have utensils with me, right? Or anything like that. Like it's anything that I can have in my hand. I had a sausage roll just the other day.
Wow.
Okay.
Same.
It was glorious.
Yeah.
Catherine came home. She does a walk, and there's a Portuguese bakery up the road from us, and she brings me back a sausage roll every now and then. And I grabbed that. I went right into the bathroom.
Have your family ever had to like pass you something into the bathroom? You're like, hey, can you grab me let's say you grab a slice of pizza, right?
Yeah.
And you're sitting there and you have the slice of pizza and you're like, man, I could really go for another slice. You ever yell out to Catherine
No,
or Roxy, hey,
no.
pass me a next slice?
No, are you crazy?
Do you ever offer a bite?
No, why? No. I mean, Catherine is very frequently in there. I rested my head on her ass the other day. She was in there so long. I was sleepy, right? I was ready for bed, and I was just like, I got to sit and have a pee, right? So I sat and I peed, and she came in the bathroom to, I don't know, take her eye makeup off or something like that. And the way that it is that the toilet is here, and then the sink is in front with the mirror, right? So if I'm on the toilet, I can see myself in the mirror, which I love. Of
course.
I could never have a bathroom any other way, right? And then so
Do
Catherine...
you request that, like at hotels and stuff?
No, but sometimes if there's a mirror on the back of the door, I'll angle the door perfectly so I can see myself on the toilet.
Okay.
Right? But
So on brand.
But but Catherine came in I was sitting on the toilet, and Catherine came in to take her makeup off, and so her back was towards me, and the way my height when I sit and her height when she stands, if I just lean forward, I can rest the top of my forehead like right on the shelf on the top of her ass.
Oh, there
right?
you go.
And it's very comfortable. And so she was taking her makeup off, and I just leaned forward, and I almost fell asleep.
Look at that.
Yeah.
For how long? How long were you like that?
Oh, until the whole time she was taking her makeup off.
And then when she was done, you both left at the same time?
at the same time.
Does she have to warn you when she's going to stand up?
What do you mean?
Stand
she wasn't
up. She's-
sitting. What do you think? She's sitting on my lap?
No, she was leaning forward, right?
No, she wasn't leaning forward.
She's standing there.
She was just standing there.
He was the one sitting.
Yeah.
She don't like ever
I
walk
was
in
leaning
and
forward. I was leaning forward. I leaned forward. I put my head on her ass.
nobody ever like hands you a Dr. Pepper?
A Dr. Pepper?
What's that? That Dr. Pepper?
That's that Dr. Pepper.
What's that? That Dr. Pepper?
I love that guy.
Michele says, does anyone experience migraines? If so, what do you do? Maria, hands are up
Oh my
right
God.
now.
I've been getting them so bad recently. They started I'd say 5-6 months ago, and they just have progressively gotten worse to the point where they're debilitating. I can't even open my eyes or lift my head.
So what happens? You feel like the migraine coming
I can
on?
feel
or-
it coming on.
Yeah?
And
Was it just
since
it
my
feels like a
last
headache?
one, and since my
Okay.
last one, I've had a lingering headache for the past I'd say 4 or 5 days. And it won't go away. I've taken the amount of Excedrin, I've tried everything at this point, and nothing's working. I probably have to go get an MRI done or something and get some tests done eventually. But I've been told a bunch of different things could help, but I don't know, nothing's working for me. But they're really bad. Like I feel nauseous. I can't open my eyes. It feels like someone is like stabbing your head constantly.
Oh, that sucks.
And you're very dizzy. Like I can't get up.
Oh, geez. Roz, I think you have experienced migraines in the past, right?
No, I mean, no. I had a concussion when I was a kid, and I had just real bad headaches for a very long time. But I'll tell you, and I don't mean this. I'm not trying to be disparaging in any way, because I'm sure you know this as well, Maria. Migraines are like the biggest sort of, I don't want to say cry wolf. But people don't pay attention to the severity of migraines and the dangers of migraines as much as maybe we should, simply because every single woman I have ever known in my life has self-diagnosed themselves with migraines.
Without seeing
a doctor.
A professional.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody has migraines. Every single person I know is like, oh my God, I had such a migraine. Right? And I'm like, did you though? Because that's like real serious, right? Like,
or is that just like
you went and saw a doctor?
A really heavy
I'm
headache?
telling you, every woman I know has self-diagnosed themselves with migraines.
Yeah.
I don't know any woman that does not get migraines.
There's like stages of headaches, and I've experienced them all. I've had multiple concussions, and I know what those headaches are like, and those are pretty bad. And then around women's time of the month, they get pretty bad headaches as well. And I know what those are like. But these are very different, to the point where like I've gone to my doctor and like they've prescribed me certain types of medication and they're not working.
Jeez.
Which is like the issue now.
Yeah.
So,
oh, girl.
but like I know what you mean though. A lot of women or people would just be like, oh, I have a bad headache. It's a migraine.
It's a migraine.
But
Nobody
it's
ever
like,
says a bad headache.
No, it's like, yeah, you can have a bad headache that can be to the point where you feel ill, but there's like a level where like you cross the line to the point where like it's so debilitating you can't function.
Yeah.
Matthew gets them so bad that the only way he cures his is he has to throw up.
Really?
What?
Yeah. I know people that barf. My mom, and I'll tell this to anybody who's listening, and maybe even you, Maria. My mom had such bad migraines her whole life, and like you, Maria, went to every single doctor, had all the scans done, everything, and nothing fixed it. She would lose days of not being able to go to work, not being able to leave the house. It would sometimes be 2 days that she wouldn't come out of her room. And years later, I think when she was maybe even in her 60s, she went to the dentist. And one dentist was like, whoa, you got some really wild nerve stuff happening on the top row of your teeth. And she was like, okay. And he's like, do you get headaches? And she's like, my whole life I've had migraines. And he's like, schedule an appointment. She went in, had a brief surgery that fixed the nerves on the roof of her mouth, has not had a migraine since.
See,
It was the dentist. The dentist who figured it out.
I actually think that my jaw has to do with the migraines.
Really?
Because I've like been told that I've been like chattering my teeth at night, and like that, like I'm like clenching my jaw so hard to the point that like I think I'm causing the headaches to get even worse.
You like grind your teeth too?
Yeah.
So you got to get one of those things.
A mouth guard or something.
Yes. Yeah.
But I'm not surprised, Roz. Like that's. I mean, let me know what the surgery was.
I don't even know. But
I get a thing called an ice pick headache. I was
Which
diagnosed with ice pick headaches, which are insane pain in the exact same spot every time, and it's like it forces your eyes closed or whatever. Like I sort of stop moving for 30 seconds while it's a pain in the exact same
Isn't that
spot.
a seizure?
Well, I don't. I got an MRI and everything
Really,
at the hospital, and they said it's ice pick headaches.
See, if it was me, when I start ticking a lot, right? I haven't done it in a really long time. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I haven't done it bad in a really long time with my eyes, where I would just roll my eyes back into my head, right? And I would just do that over and over and over and over and over again. And it would get to the point of where I was hurting myself, right? Like I was putting so much eye strain, just rolling my eyes in the back of the head, like my whole head would hurt, right? And then I knew, and then and like it's just I would sit there and I'm like, it's gonna hurt, and then I would just do it again, and it would just hurt, and I would do that so much that I would be like my eyes would hurt, I couldn't see straight, I would have an incredible headache, right? But no, it wasn't a migraine. Like I knew what it was, but check with the dentist. Maria. Check with the dentist.
Thank you.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Edward says here, if Shem, Dammit Maurie, or Roz were given the opportunity to be a sunshine boy or Maria to be a sunshine girl, would they do it? Roz, we'll start with you.
Back in the day, because if you look now, like those things like Sunshine Boys and Sunshine Girls, like they're not even wearing swimsuits and stuff. Like they're not even sexy. Like you just stand there in regular clothes, right? Where's the fun in that? If we're talking back in the day where you had to be like, buff and everything. No, I wouldn't. Okay. I wouldn't do that. No.
Shem, would you?
No, that'd be too embarrassing. And no. I just don't. I don't have the physique, the face back then or now to be a sunshine boy.
No.
Damn it, Maurie?
I was a sunshine boy.
You were?
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yes.
We did?
Yeah. I remember he wore 2 shirts.
Yeah. And I was holding a martini
He
glass.
had the martini glass.
Oh, that was for that?
Yeah.
I thought it was like some weirdo photo shoot you did.
No, and I had like blonde tips.
Yeah, that was that. Maria, you would never be a sunshine girl. No. Have they asked?
No.
No.
Nah, they don't want me.
No. I remember people used to get scouted all the time.
I know a girl when I was really young. I'll never forget it. I must have been like in elementary school. I knew someone's older sister that was a sunshine girl. And everyone was like, oh, she's a sunshine girl.
Yeah.
And I was really young.
Shout out to Debbie Holloway, who was the scout.
Is that who that was? Yeah. I used to hear people all the time back in the day, like, oh my God, I just got scouted for what? The Sunshine Girl.
Really?
Yeah. And everybody was excited about it. It's just like, I don't know if you remember, do you remember like once every couple of years, Maxim would come to Toronto and they would do an event looking for like Maxim girls?
No.
And they would do it at a nightclub. And I'm telling you, 2,000 girls would show up.
Wow.
Yeah, like
No, I don't remember any of that.
it was crazy. Like remember like all those magazines like Stuff and Maxim and what was the other one?
FHM.
FHM, thank you. You had all those, didn't you?
For still do.
Yeah.
For him magazine.
Yes, yeah. But Maxim would come to, and then they opened a Maxim Canada for a while. But Maxim would come to Toronto and they would do these events where they would look for like new Maxim girls. And it was the same thing because years before that, Playboy used to come to Toronto all the time on a Playmate search. And the same thing, hundreds, so they did a club, hundreds of girls would line up. And I think at the time it was like they would have a truck and you would go in and like do pictures and an interview like in the truck. But that stuff doesn't happen anymore. Like
You can't trust that truck now?
No, but women aren't into that anymore. Like there's no sort of cachet to being like the only thing that is OnlyFans is now the only place for that, right?
Yeah.
But there's no magazine stuff or anything like that anymore.
Let's head back to the phone real quick. Yo, Heart Deep, what's up? It's Roz Mocha.
What's going on, Mocha? How you doing?
Good, buddy. Welcome to the show. Entire team is here. Thank you for holding. You've been on hold for a bit. What is your question?
So my question is, what is the most memorable thing that you have won?
Let's start with you, Hardeep. What's your answer to this question? Great question, by the way.
So my answer actually involves Kiss. It involves both you, Roz, and Mocha, and it also involves your lap, Mocha.
Okay.
So I don't know, for a long time ago, if you remember, when you guys announced winners, you guys used to make the announcement by making it rain.
Oh, yeah. So we had all the papers with everyone's name on it, and then I'd throw it up in the air, and then whichever paper stuck to the ceiling tiles, that would be the person that won.
Yeah, stuck to the ceiling tiles or land on your lap, that'll be the person that ever won. So I won the trip to Greece that you guys gave away years ago.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my memorable. It was one of the best trips I've ever taken. It was one of the most memorable moments, and my wife and I still talk about it to this day.
I would say, what's the question again?
What is the most memorable thing you've ever won?
I'm going to say the hearts of millions.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Thank you, Shem.
How do you top that? Jeez.
Wow.
Hearts of millions? That's so well played.
Good Lord. Can I go next, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Down at the finish line!
When I beat Shem.
I don't know if that's a flex, that that's the most memorable thing.
No, we mean, Maria?
Yeah. Down at the finish line!
Yo, Shem down at the finish line.
Because it's interesting when it comes to something you've won. Because if you said, like, what is your most sort of proudest achievement, I think the list expands. But when it comes to the things you've won, like, that may not be a long list for some people. Not everybody has won something before.
Down at the finish line!
Right? Maria, what have you won? Like, what is your greatest, like, thing you've won?
I mean, I used to compete all the time, like dance-wise. I won a lot of those. But I'd say most memorable was probably when I won One Direction tickets. Did I say?
Oh, yeah.
Because
right.
like I was a mess. I was so excited.
When you were on our show.
And I was on the show. Yeah. I was on Kiss.
On
and
Kiss, on the radio station.
That was definitely
that's a good win. That's a good
and
win.
I remember like the lead up to that. Like it wasn't like I just got lucky. Like I was tweeting every day when Twitter was a thing, and then I was like calling in every day, and then I finally got in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a big win. Damn it, Maury, have you ever won anything?
I won a trip to Barbados from a chocolate bar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like you open it up like the sweepstakes. You
From
open it up.
The chocolate bar was Mirage.
Yeah.
And I was like a kid, and I was begging my dad for a Mirage bar at the checkout counter.
Right.
We bought a 4-pack.
Yeah.
And the first one I opened up, it said winner, and we all went.
Who's we all?
My dad and I.
Yeah.
Oh, so the two of us went. We all, like me, Dad, this person, that person.
And who?
And my dad and I also won a trip to Memphis from a radio station when I was a kid.
Jesus. I don't think my dad ever won anything.
No. Same.
No.
Neither of my folks.
No.
Shem, you got an answer for this?
Yeah, this one.
Shem wins! Shem wins!
Yeah, most memorable for me, for sure.
Oh,
Bowling.
bowling.
Mhm. And my second of 3 valedictorian wins.
The second of 3.
Yeah,
Why
the
is that?
second one was really memorable. I didn't think I was going to win.
Oh, okay. It was the most important one?
To
you.
To me, yes, definitely. Yeah.
Shem, 3 valedictorian.
Jesus. Yo, that was a great question, Hardeep. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being a part of the show today. Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Hands down, pants down, Roz.
There we go.
Thank you, bro. Have a great
That's
day.
what I said. Hearts of millions.
Well done.
And that concludes episode 1224 of the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Thank you very much for listening. Share this episode with anyone in your life who you think may enjoy the podcast. Make sure you all subscribe, and we'll be back again for another podcast like tomorrow. This concludes episode 1224 of the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
KISS925.com.
Or download the Seeker app.